because I know that everybody loves FIFA. So welcome. Trying something new out today. It's a speculative trading method based upon where we're headed right now into season 5. We're in week 26, about the midpoint in this title, and based upon what's gone on to this point in the title, we can make some guesses or assumptions as to what's coming up next. We know that there's going to be 9 more icon swap cards released in season 5. For a fact, we know that's coming. We also know that Foot Birthday is coming up. But I'm really going to focus on the season 5 objectives that we anticipate might come out for the icon swaps. Because if you look at the pattern that's happened in the past, the first icon swaps featured a need in squad battles for an Eredivisie team, an MLS team, an EFL team, and then in the online feature you had to have a Premier League squad, a serieA squad, a La Liga squad, a Bundesliga squad, and a League One squad in order to get your foot swap cards done. In the second batch of icon swap cards, in the squad battles you needed to do a silver challenge, you needed a UCL challenge, a Liga NOS challenge, a Les Bleus, so the French team, and a One Club Wonders. And then in the online you needed to have Premier League, La Liga, an English team, and a Brazilian squad. Also, you had to do Weekend League in that iteration. In the third icon swaps, which is the one we just are finishing up right now, you also had to do silvers in the squad battles, a UCL squad, a Chinese League CSL squad, and then in the online you needed a Spanish squad for the One Nation, Italy for the One Nation, an Italian side. You needed serieA, La Liga, League One, and of course you had to do the Weekend League. So where does that leave us for the fourth season? Some things that stand out to me are that in the squad battles we have not done anything with a Turkish or Belgian league, given that we had a CSL and an MLS and an Eredivisie. I'm suspecting that Turkish or Belgian league may be something that we'll see. It's also possible that we'll see some CONMEBOL Libertadores challenge there. In the online, I'm thinking that we may see the Bundesliga, since we only saw that once back at the first icon swaps. And we may see a Dutch, German, or Portuguese side for the One Nations, because we haven't seen any of those in the One Nation challenges. I'm sure we'll have Weekend League challenge, of course, but so what I've been focusing on is investing in cards that kind of match up under the Dutch players in the Bundesliga, because I think the Bundesliga may be a challenge that we'll see again, and Dutch players may be a challenge we'll see again. Also German players and Portuguese players. So I've been investing heavily in those players, and I think that may get us somewhere. Earlier today I invested in a different set of players, specifically some 82s, James Rodriguez, because he was trading about 10% lower per foot bin, and was able to make a nice profit on him. I bought about 4 or 5 of his cards at 2,000 or 2,100 and was able to sell them for 2,400 or 2,500. And of course that was before the squad building challenges came out, which included Darwin matches, and I think that some folks were using him in that squad building challenge. But this particular method I'm talking about tonight, let's take a look at some of the possibilities here to try to maybe look at the Dutch in the Bundesliga and see what we're looking at right now. So Dutch players, let's start with defenders and see what they're priced at in the gold defender range. I really like the Sync Raven card. I know that there's a special Sync Raven out there and I have him on my club, but if you don't have him, the special card, this card will do nicely in most challenges. This Guvalev, or I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, but it's a nice defensive card as a center back. So I'm thinking that folks will be picking up these cards hopefully in Season 5. And I would focus on those two, quite frankly, Sync Raven and this center back here from Augsburg. Govalev, I believe is how he Well, that's just a wild guess. Um, from a defensive standpoint, those are the two that I invested in. You probably can pick them up if you bid, somewhere between the 800 to 1,000 coin range. And if you buy now, you probably can get them for 1,000 to 1,100. And I'm guessing that we'll probably be able to sell them for a couple hundred coin profit each. Again, this is speculative. I was looking at midfielders. I believe Botius. Yeah, Botius played well in the manager masterpiece, the manager of masterpiece. And I'm assuming that if we have another challenge with the Bundesliga or Dutch league or Dutch players, he may feature nicely in your team or other folks' teams. So investing in him doesn't seem like a bad idea. Dilrosun, I think he has a bad weak foot, but people will still use him. He has a 2-star weak foot. People will still use him because of his speed and the low rating. If there is a managerial masterpiece feature, he's got an 84 pace and he's a 75 rated card. So those are the folks that I would probably invest in from the midfield. And then in the forward position, there's of course Wout Weghorst, who a lot of folks used in the past challenges, and he does seem to fit the meta at times. Of course, not the speed meta, but the heading. If there's any heading challenges, he often was able to fulfill that. If you're looking at a higher price range, you can go look at in League One, of course, Memphis Depay is probably trading. You could probably pick him up around, I think in a buy now, you might be able to get him for 19,000. In a bid, you might be able to pick him up for 17 or 18,000. If you've got a lot of coins to invest and you want to pick up 4 or 5 of those cards, it might not be a bad play. Here's one you can probably start bidding at 18.5. I think he can be had overnight for maybe 17.5, 18. There's one with 13 minutes left and it's bid at 18, so it's pretty heavily traded right now. Let's look at some of the other cards that I've been interested in. The Portuguese players, especially from League One. There are a couple of them. There's a midfielder, of course, center defensive mid, Danilo Pereira, I believe, yeah. He's trading around 2,000 coins, but you can probably bid him in around 1,600 coins. There's one bid for 1,900, but you can probably snag him overnight between 1,600 and 1,700 coins. And I would just find those bids, those opportunities to bid on him. And I'm sure you can flip him for well over 2,000 coins, especially after this next season starts. And an 82 midfielder in League One is going to be, especially Portuguese, will probably be able to be used in a lot of squad building challenges. So that's a good investment card. I also like at the forward position, Gelson Martin. So let's see what he's trading at right now. I think, again, picking Gelson Martin's up around 11. If you really snipe him, you can snipe him for 11, 1,200, but probably closer to 1,600. He's trading by now in the range of 1,800 to 2,000. There's one you can pick up for 1,900. There's a bid up to 1,700. So, if you can pick them up for, really steal them for 1,200, 1,300, you're going to make a good profit. Probably get them bid somewhere around 1,600 overnight. But I think a lot of people are starting to kind of catch on to the possibility of the need for a Portuguese player or Portuguese playing team for the One Nations. It's one of the big nations that hasn't been used. So again, crossover appeal between One Nations, Portuguese, Dutch, and German, and 2 leagues that I think have been underrepresented over the course of these 4 releases. Well, this will be the 4th release for the icon swaps. Would be Bundesliga for sure, and League One maybe secondarily. So we'll see how those go. And then I guess in the squad battles, it's up for question, but possibly you would see a Turkish league or a Belgian league as kind of the dark horse, and then maybe at CONMEBOL Libertadores you may see silvers or UCL again. But these seem to be some good guesses as to what might earn you some coins over the next few days to maybe a week to 10 days would be a good time to invest in these folks. So these cards, I wish you the best of luck. I hope I'm bringing you more in this series as we have chances to kind of like look into the crystal ball as to what might bring you some profit. I've invested about 30,000 coins into this method currently, and I'm going to see if it pays off. I'll post up my earnings if it works out in the next hopefully 4 or 5 days, and good luck to everybody.